have looked at what the kingdom is that is represented by the direction of below, the fourth kingdom that has been the lost kingdom. And we have seen why it is lost, because if you were to make a model of these, you would draw the three kingdoms of the godhood, pristine man, the magical kingdoms. You would draw them as a triad. The point that makes it a pyramid is, in fact, the kingdom of the purified instinctual. The purified instincts is what we are looking for. We are looking for that which will in all areas speak of the knowingness that has no reason. Why has this been suppressed? Because of the tyranny of mind, it could not control. Because of the tyranny of the heart, which tells it, no, it's not safe to reveal yourself. It is time for us to throw off the tyrannies of distortion. Let's look at the tyrannies of distortion that have been in what is for us our own personal underworld, our subconscious. The stage that has to be cleaned off for the dance of the interpretive dancer, which is wild woman. Without her, our first contact with the non-cognitive messages from the infinite is broken. The chain is broken. Without the child that steers these impulses into a sense of adventure, we don't know which directions our questions should lead life. Now, what has been distorted about the subconscious is that it has been the place where we have stuffed anything we couldn't understand and anything we could not wrap our hearts around. When you look at images of the Holocaust, I mean, I looked tonight at a Russian documentary very briefly. The staggering numbers that they lost during the German invasion into Russia. I mean, it makes up the population of countries. This is what they lost. One of their greatest holidays is Liberation Day, when the German army surrendered, because of how big the devastation was for them. You look at things like that and the starvation that took place. You cannot wrap your heart around it. You don't know what to do with it. You cannot comprehend such brutality. And so what do? We stuff it in the drawer. We'll deal with it later, of course, which we don't. Sometimes our dream time will take things out of the drawer in order to examine them, because they're starting to overflow. But beyond that, we do not examine them, because we still don't know what to make of such brutality. So the subconscious, like wild woman, like the wolves that howl at the moon, have been viewed with suspicion because it cannot be controlled and because it evokes within us an ancient memory that it is meant to be so much more than what it is. What is its function? I can give you half of its function today, because the other half is your job to work out tomorrow. When we realize that it doesn't matter whether we understood something or not, life is beauty. It isn't made up of duty. We don't have to connect the dots, because it's an endless journey of no beginning and no end. All there is joyous discovery. So, as we do this work of art that is called life, there is no need for us to understand everything. When we need to know something, it will be in the moment crystal clear to us. In fact, the one who said that very beautifully is Emerson. Emerson was a transcendentalist, and Emerson said that if there is a word that he is meant to hear in this universe, it will vibrate on his ear at the exact moment. If we were meant to understand it, we would have. You cannot understand madness. Madness is destructuring chaos. How can anyone comprehend something that destructures? What if you took a photo of me, and I wasn't very fond of the photo because I'm starting to disintegrate. I'm starting to destructure. And I don't remember who exactly it was, but we have several photos of where I look like a little doll that's melting, that's made of wax. It's not something you can make sense of when something destructures, because it has to restructure at a higher order. So to let go those things, we have to remember that there is nothing to know, everything to question, because we want to steer our life with our questions. If we get an answer, we hold on to it lightly. Today's truth is not yesterday's truth. And it has changed by the very moment that we understand it. But we continue to ask the most paradigm-busting questions that we can, because we would rather steer our own destiny, our own course, than have the masses in their mediocrity determine it for us, because we were too lazy to let our mind probe the vastness of existence.